Good evening. This is Lantern Glow Stories. Tonight's tale unfolds quietly in a small garden where something ordinary hides a secret and a simple key waits patiently to be found. Settle in and let the lantern glow guide you into the night. Behind a white cottage at the edge of town, Mrs. Eleanor Finch kept a modest garden. Nothing elaborate, just neat rows of lavender, rosemary, and thyme, and a handful of terracotta pots lined along the fence. Every morning, she watered the plants carefully, just as she had done for years. It was a routine that brought her comfort, especially since the house had grown quieter after her husband passed away. One morning, as Eleanor knelt to tend the lavender, her fingers brushed against something solid beneath the rim of a flower pot. She paused. The pot wobbled slightly as she lifted it, and there, resting in the soil beneath, was a small brass key. It was old, its surface dulled with age, its teeth worn smooth from use. Eleanor frowned softly. She didn't recognize it. She turned the key over in her palm, trying to recall where it might belong. The garden shed was unlocked. The front door used a modern lock, and the attic. The attic had been sealed for years. She hadn't opened it since her husband, Thomas, had stored boxes there long ago. A quiet thought crossed her mind. She had never checked to see whether the attic door was still locked. Later that afternoon, Eleanor climbed the narrow staircase to the attic, the key held gently in her hand. The door stood just as she remembered, small, wooden, and painted the same pale color as the walls. She slid the key into the lock. It fit perfectly. With a soft click, the door opened. Inside, the attic was still and warm, filled with dust and the faint scent of old wood. Sunlight filtered through a small, round window, casting pale circles across the floor. Most of the boxes were familiar: holiday decorations, old books, winter coats. But in the corner, she noticed a small wooden chest she had never seen before. It was no larger than a shoebox. She knelt beside it and lifted the lid. Inside lay a folded piece of paper, a bundle of letters tied with string, and a simple silver locket. Eleanor's breath caught. The locket had been hers, a gift Thomas had given her on their first anniversary. She had thought it lost decades ago. Her hands trembled as she unfolded the paper. Written in Thomas's familiar handwriting were the words, "If you're reading this, you finally found the key. I hid it where you'd always look, but never expect." Tears welled in Eleanor's eyes. She remembered now. Thomas had always joked that she noticed the flowers more than anything else. She opened the bundle of letters slowly. They were notes Thomas had written over the years, little messages meant for her, never sent, never shared. Thoughts he planned to give her someday. Someday that never came. Eleanor sat quietly in the attic for a long time, the sunlight shifting as the afternoon passed. She pressed the locket to her chest, feeling a warmth she hadn't expected. The key hadn't been hidden to be forgotten. It had been left behind to be found at exactly the right moment. That evening, Eleanor returned the key to the garden. She placed it carefully beneath the flower pot once more, nestled safely in the soil. Some things, she realized, were meant to stay right where they were, waiting patiently until the heart was ready. And so tonight's gentle mystery settles softly among the flowers. A key, a garden, and a love that knew exactly where to wait. Thank you for listening. Until our next story, Beneath the Lantern Light.